What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ravenel Ford. My name's Chad with Charleston Car Videos. Today we're going to be looking at two amazing vehicles, but again, this is a versus review. Ford Escape versus Ford EcoSport. Pretty cool, right? Both vehicles rocking in the silver paint. They look great. We have a SCL sitting right here in the Ford Escape. And then for our EcoSport, we have the titanium package. So I'm doing the best I can to match up two vehicles that are equipped very similarly. Now, the main thing I really want to dive into today, because if you're a person out there somewhere in America and you're trying to figure out, hey, do I want to spend the extra money and buy this one over here because that one's a little bit less, you know, that kind of thing, you need to see, okay, hold on a minute. One's got a little more room than the other as an interior cabin space. That's a gimme. I think you'll be excited to see that the EcoSport also offers a lot of great features, just like the Ford Escape does. But which car is going to be more fun to drive, more fun to own, have the room, the more comfort? You know, because if you're spending a couple thousand more, you want to get something you're going to be extremely happy with for the next year. 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, however long you plan on keeping the car. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, everybody, what a great day to film a silver vehicle. I mean, look at the sky. It's kind of that beautiful, spooky kind of dark gray. Then you got the gray ground and the gray cars. I'm liking the color combination. It's all washed out, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here though. We have right here in front of us the 2018 EcoSport. It's an all-new vehicle for 2018. This little car has never been around, but now it's been born, okay? So you got that one. It's a titanium package with a 1.0 liter, that's right, you heard me, a 1 liter turbo. They call it the EcoBoost, okay? Then over here, a little bit bigger, basically like the big brother of the EcoSport, is the 2018 Ford Escape 1.5 liter turbo EcoSport. Or no, EcoBoost. Okay, so both turbos, 1.0 liter, 1.5 liter. Now here's what gets kind of interesting. This vehicle over here, the EcoSport, fuel economy on the highway is rated at 29 miles per gallon. Then over here, it's rated at 30 miles per gallon. So I find that interesting how a bigger engine gets a little bit, just a little itty bitty bit better fuel economy. Anyways, you would think the smaller vehicle that's lighter and a smaller engine would get better fuel economy than this over here. I don't know, you would have thunk it, right? Who would have thunk it? Okay, so they do look similar, right? I would say that the Ford Escape looks a little more aggressive in the front. I think it's just because this particular one I picked out today is an SCL and it's got like the blacked out, you know, black package on it, right? Which I like. It's got 20-inch blacked out wheels, and I love how the rims got a nice gloss finish to them. They're just not like a flat black, so the gloss is looking good. You got your Continental tires on there, and again, well, actually take that back. They're 19s. I said 20s. They look like 20s, but they're 19s. 235/45 series Continental tire. So 19-inch rim. Got the black mirrors. Then on the roof up there, you got a panoramic glass sunroof, so the front and back passengers can enjoy these gray skies. And then you'll notice you got a little black down there by your blinkers and your fogs. The grill's a little blacked out with the chrome. It definitely looks good. Let's take a look at this one over here. This is a titanium package, so not gonna have as much black on it, right? Makes sense. It's called a titanium package for a reason. I like the wheel on this car. It's not a 19. It definitely looks smaller, but it's a smaller car. But let's see what size we got. I'm thinking 17 or 18, and oh, there's 17s. So you got a 205/50 series tire, 17. You got Bridgestone tires here, Continentals over there. Now, of course, you know, you don't have to get a Ford Escape with 19-inch rims. Those tires do get expensive to buy after they wear down. Those tires, still going to be a little bit expensive, but not as much. Both cars got some daytime LED running lights. This one has it right there. Beautiful headlights. I'm liking the whole front end of this car. I'm liking this little EcoSport. It's really a cute, sporty little crossover vehicle. This one, a little different. LEDs are running right down there. Blinkers are still down here. Still got your projector right there. All looking pretty good. Both got the roof rails going over top. Those are black. These are silver. This has got a sunroof, not a pano roof where it stretches into the back. Let's go take a look at the rear of the vehicles. One thing you'll notice too, I'm just pointing things out. You got a blinker on your mirror. There's nothing on the mirror at all on this side, okay? You also have blind spot monitoring system. Blind spot monitoring system. So both got that. Nice little safety feature. Then the rear ends, right? They do look very similar in the back, don't they? They do. Now, the Escape has got dual exhaust, and it's actually got a tow package back there. Again, that's an added on extra if you want to get a tow package. They don't normally come with tow packages, but this one's got it. The EcoSport doesn't have any dual exhaust and doesn't have a tow package at all. Both have backup cameras, of course. Both have turbo engines, a little bit of peppy-reppy going down the street, you know. So they're both good-looking cars in the rear. You can definitely tell that the Ford Escape sits up a little higher off the ground than this one over here. I mean, it's just kind of obvious. Also, the Ford Escape is wider, got a longer wheelbase on it. This is on a Ford Fiesta platform on the wheel, suspension, and all that kind of thing. The Ford Escape, I believe, is on the Ford, maybe Focus? I don't know. No, Fusion. I think that's on like a Fusion type chassis. Again, Focus chassis, Fusion chassis, right? There you go. You know, this is what Ford is gone to now, just so you know. All sedans are being discontinued with Ford. The only actual car you can get with Ford going in 2019 and 2020 is the Ford Mustang. Fusions are going bye-bye. Focuses are going bye-bye. C-Max is going bye-bye. All right. Before we start looking at the cargo space and the interiors, let's just quickly look at the price. $33,670 for an SEL with leather, pano roof, all the nice extras. $33,670. There's a $1,355 discount, $98 over invoice, $32,315, $3,000 rebate, puts you at $29,315. So pay attention to that. $29,315. Here's a titanium package on the EcoSport, which is pretty much fully loaded. Already thousands less. $27,340. There's a $546 discount. $98 over invoice is $26,794. $2,000 rebate puts you at $24,794. So you are thousands of dollars less on the EcoSport, which is nice, really. I mean, let me tell you, folks, when you start breaking it down in the finance office in there with the finance manager, and he says, well, and again, this is just hypotheticals, okay? When he says, oh, the Ford Escape is going to cost you about $420 a month on your car payment, right? And then you go, well, how much is the EcoSport on the payment? Well, the EcoSport going to be around $315 a month. You're going to say, man, that's a payment that I can afford. With no money down? Yep, you got great credit, son. You can have no money down, get a great interest rate. We got you at $315 a month on a 2018 EcoSport Titanium. I'm saying sign me up, right? And the 400s, oh man, that's a little more than I want to spend, right? So anyways, think about that. Now listen, some of y'all, car payment, $400 a month, not a problem, okay? And, you know, hey, some people can afford a $600 or $700 car payment. I've seen it happen on a daily basis. But anyways, me, I like it in the 300s. That's just nice, right? I can slow down on the Starbucks a little bit and have me a nice car. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and start looking at some of the features you're going to get. We're going to start out right here in the back. Here's the difference. You got a power tailgate on this one. It's going to go up like that right there. This is totally different. It's going to pull out like this right here, okay? So that's a major difference on how those tailgates open up. Then here's your space in the back of the EcoSport. It is not as roomy as a Escape. But, you know, what all are you using the back of your car for? Now, I do have the back seats dropped down right now so you can see what we got going on here. When those back seats are dropped down, it's a lot of space. Now, they don't fold down flat where there's no this going on, okay? So, you do have that. but still, with the back seats down, plenty of room. With the back seats up, you're right about right in here, which isn't too bad, okay? Not too bad. Even got a little subwoofer back there and a little tiny little cargo cover. Let's go look at the back of that Escape for a minute. Basically, there's a little button under there. You press that, opens it up. This has actually got a power tailgate feature. The key's inside the car, but as you can see, I hit the button. It opens up like that. You can hit it on the remote. It is power. Very nice. And as you can tell, it already has quite a lot more room than the EcoSport over there. Again, this is a lot more space, and as you can tell here, this is about as much space you have in the EcoSport when the seats are down in the back. This is what you get standard in here. When you lay those seats down, you even have a lot more room. So I think y'all can understand that, and it's pretty simple. I mean, I'm breaking it down in layman's terms here, folks. EcoSport is just smaller all the way around. This is bigger. This is like going from a Ford Explorer to a Expedition, if you can kind of imagine. And crossover, in the crossover world. Anyways, I don't need no wasp flying around bothering me. Get out of here. They always seem to bother me. All right, let's get on the interiors and look around a little bit. Of course, both cars are going to have power, everything on your windows, your seats. I really like the leather seats in here. Man, they look really nice, don't they? I like that light color. Definitely going to be a little tougher to keep clean. I mean, that is pretty much almost white. Got lumbar support. Got a nice big armrest here, which is nice. Doesn't move or anything, but it does go up. Got more storage in there. You got your little junk drawer. Okay. Cup holders, automatic transmission. You got heated seats. You got a nice big screen right there. You got a backup camera. You got an LCD screen going through the middle here. You got paddle shifters, leather wrapped up onto the steering wheel. Up top, you got sunglass holders. You got LED interior lights. If that would close for me, there we go. Got a huge, I'm talking about a huge sunroof. But as you can see here, it's a nice interior, it really is. Let's go take a look in the back real quick, because this is where I want to show you. Well, hold on a minute. Let's move my seat up a little bit. If I was going to drive this car today, I wouldn't have the seat all the way back like that. I'd have it probably about right like that. And let's sit down in the back. Because again, if you got kids, this is important. All right. So again, I'm 6'1". With the seating position, how I would drive it home today, I'm okay in the back. I got leg room. I'm really hardly even touching the back of that seat, okay? So that's what you got back here. It's not too bad. Let's look at headroom real quick. Pretty good. Not too bad. I need a haircut. Yes, I do. But my head's not hitting the ceiling, and I like the pano roof up top. It definitely makes it it opens up the interior in here. It doesn't feel so claustrophobic, if that makes any sense. I like the handles up here to grab a hold of. I like how the little light's right up there, so you can cut that on or off. And then you do got your armrest with your cup holders in it. Again, I'm not a fan of cup holders in the armrest like that, because look at that. I mean, this is all I got to rest my arm right here. I mean, it works, but again, it'd be nice to be able to do like that and still have cup holders somewhere like that. Anyways, do the seats recline back a little bit? I believe they do. We'll look at that in just a second. Another thing I want to point out to you is you do have rear air vents in the back to keep the kids and family and friends cool or warm in the winter. So again, that's very important to have rear air vents in the back. I mean, look at the front, nice looking cockpit up there. You know, nice big windshield, big mirrors on the sides so you can see. It really is a nice looking vehicle, the Ford Escape. It really is. And that's why Ford continues making these cars, because they're a great selling vehicle. All right, let's go walk over next door and cut the camera for a second and walk over there and take a look at that. All right, let's go ahead and look in the front first. I will tell you, folks, this is still, even though it's a little bit less money and a little bit smaller car, it is still a very nice car. I'm loving how the door panel is here, just the way it's designed, looks really sweet. You do got power seats right here. You got a manual lumbar support instead of power, but you do have a leather seat, and you got the holes in it. I like the design of the seat. I will tell you, I think the Ford Escape seats are a little more comfy to sit in, but that's all right. One thing on this titanium package is you have a B&O stereo system in here, Bang & Olufsen. I mean, that is really nice. This is different, you know. It's, man, it just sits up right there like they took a tablet and just kind of molded it right there onto the dash. So that's definitely a little different. I kind of like it though. It's kind of neat, right? Looks cool. Definitely does. But if you got in a car accident, I can see somebody's head hitting that thing and boom, you know. But I mean, hey, whatever. But not too bad. I like it. It kind of looks cool. Start stop engine button. You got an LCD screen there, and again, that screen is nice and big. You don't have dual climate control. You just got, you know, one climate control for the entire vehicle. You got 2 USB ports. Both cars do have the auto start stop feature. Okay, some people like it, some people don't. Your cup holders are down here. It seems like they're a little far closer down to the ground. The armrest is not wrapped in leather, okay, so there's an advantage of getting your Ford Escape a little more plush. Okay, it does open up, but it's got a tiny spot. I mean, again, this is got a little, well, it does go down, so pretty deep too, but definitely got more junk drawer space in the Escape. Got a little spot to throw things right here. That's a little different. You're still getting sunglass holders. Still got the handles. The roof is definitely just a single sunroof, but still nice to have a sunroof. And still a nice car. Leather wrapped steering wheel. No paddle shifters though. There's not going to be any F1 race car driving in the EcoSport. Okay. Backup cameras. You got all that stuff. All right, let's go take a look in the back seats. All right, so you know, the seat right there is in position as if I were going to drive it home today. Okay, let's go ahead and get in. You can already tell it's tight. Okay, so definitely a lot tighter in the back. My knees are pretty much touching the back of the seat. Of course, you know, if a guy was 6 foot tall sitting in the front, he could take his seat up a little bit more if he wanted to be a nice guy. Okay, so I mean, you do got some room. I mean, I still have plenty of leg room up there. I could bring the seat up and be still comfortable driving. So technically, we could make it back here where a guy is 6 foot or a girl that's 6 foot doesn't have to have her knees jammed into the back of the seat. But I'm just showing you what I'm showing you. This seat right here is pretty much all the way back right now. It could go up, but I mean, with it all the way back, it's tight. You're talking maybe 4 inches there, 3.5, 4 inches, if that. Another thing that you don't get in the EcoSport is you don't get rear air vents. Okay, again, you know, I have 2 children. My daughter's 8 years old, my son is 6, and I just couldn't see him buying a new car without having rear air vents in the back to have something blowing on him. I can feel the air from right there blowing on me right now though, so I don't know, I'd have to think about it a little bit, but I like having rear air vents, and that may be some of the reasoning on why this car is less money than the Escape. Other than that, there's your armrest. A little different design on the cup holders. The other one was like this, these are like that. Okay, and it's definitely a little bit smaller. I mean, everything on this car is smaller. The headrests are smaller, the seats are smaller. It is just smaller. There's no armrests or arm handles up top. You just got a huge coat hanger right there. You do got a light right here. Headroom, let's look. I mean, my head is hitting the ceiling, okay? Again, if I had my head shaved, we might be able to see it a little differently, but my head's touching the ceiling. So again, a guy or girl that is over 6 foot tall, it's a little cramped back here. It's a little tight, okay? I don't really think I'd want to be riding in the back of this car from here to Michigan, or even all the way down to Daytona Beach. I mean, it's just, you know, I could do it, of course. I could do it. That's not a problem. But again, I'd have to ask the driver, could you please pull over every once in a while at the rest area so I could get out and just kind of stretch my legs for a minute, which is fine. I'm sure they would do that. That's kind of interesting. There's a little spot you can throw crayons in, or maybe you can slap your tablet right there. I like that. That's what I like about Ford, people. Okay, they really do kind of think about things, and the engineers, they do stuff like that. That's so cool. Again, you could throw your tablet right in there, or your phone or whatever, and store it in there. I'd probably throw a 9mm right there and go, oh, you messing with me? Anyways, not too bad. All right, let's get back outside for a minute. So last but not least, let's take it out for a ride, right? We're gonna hop in the Escape first, and we're not gonna go real far. We're just gonna zip it around this dealership real quickly here. But I am curious to see the initial pep that the car has when hitting down the gas pedal a little bit compared to that one over there. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Anyways, we just cruising through the parking lot. That's all we're gonna do. But again, I'm just curious. You know, the 1.5 turbo has got to have some extra power somewhere inside of that motor. The doors lock after you get up to about 5 to 8 miles an hour. Feels pretty good. It's a nice car. Let's see. I'm not gonna go too fast right around these areas because this is where the service department is, and I hate to run over a Ford mechanic. He might hit me over the head with one of his snap-on tools. Let's go over here by the grass, and we'll kind of give it a little, just a little something in the parking lot. I like that. It got a little power. All right, here we go. Let's do it right here. You can feel that turbo kick in and whoop, throw you up there a little bit. That was nice. All right, let's hop in the EcoSport and see how that one does. Again, very nice car, the Ford Escape. We definitely sell a lot of them, especially in pre-owned. I mean, we have bunches of Ford Escapes and Edges and just, you know, all kinds of different colors. You got brown, white, blue, red. That's another thing I like about Ford. They got a lot of cool colors. And I just love that car right there, the Ford Mustang. Ooh-wee. All right, let's park this Escape back and hop in the EcoSport. And let me show you the camera real quick while we're just kind of, while we're here. Put it in reverse. Oh, that's in park. That's your camera right there, okay? Camera is not much different than what you're getting on the EcoSport over there. Anyways, the key to this car looks like this. So that's the key. All right, let's go over there. All right, we're in the EcoSport. I mean, definitely feels smaller. It is smaller. This would be a hard decision, though, I would think. If you like both vehicles, it would be a little bit of a tough decision because the money is where it gets down to sometimes, and this is a lot less money and still a lot nicer car. Or not a lot nicer than the Escape, but again, it's a lot nicer than some of the other vehicles out there in the market world for these crossovers at a price tag of around in the low 20s. You know, I mean, I'm just looking at that Kia Soul over there. Those Kia Souls are pretty cool too. But again, for a vehicle in the low 20s, I mean, heck, you can get all these great features, leather interior, sunroof, all that stuff on this car. This little 1.0 liter got a little pep to it. When I hit that gas down, it wants to go. All right, here we go. Let's do this. So I mean, the Escape has definitely got a little more power. Of course it does. It's got more horsepower than the EcoSport, but this is still plenty enough power for me to get around town in and go to the grocery store and you know, take the kids to school and all that. I mean, again, I mean, how much power do you need? Once again, I mean, if you're a motorhead and you want tons of horsepower, I mean, this is not what you're looking at buying, okay? You know, you're going to want to buy if you want like an SUV or something like this, but you want something that's got some power, you're gonna have to find something with a V6 engine, and it's probably gonna be either a Ford Edge or a Ford Explorer. And so this really about concludes our review today at Ravenel Ford. Once again, everybody, thank you for watching. If you're interested in buying a EcoSport or even a Ford Escape, come see my friends at Ravenel Ford. Visit them online at ravenelford.com. You can browse all our inventory on there. We got a great sales team, locally owned dealership for over 30 plus years. I've been out here working now since 2011, and it's a great company to work with. So all our customers seem to enjoy it as well. And the little EcoSport's a great little car. It's definitely a good looking car. And Ford's doing a great job at keeping nice vehicles on the road for Americans to drive. We'll see you soon, everybody. Thanks for watching.